Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for September 1st, 2014. Monday morning around 7:21 in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's going to be a very nice and sunny day. Humidity levels are going to creep up a lot, and summer's going to make a comeback this week because of the warmer than average temperatures, and it figures the summer's making a comeback when all the kids have to go back to school. But it happens, and you got to enjoy these nice and summery days because of they won't be around forever, and we're probably going to be for a very cold and harsh and snowy winter. And happy Labor Day to you people in Canada and the United States. Hope you don't have to work today. I'm working today, but I'm lucky to have a job. And that's about it for what I have to say right now. And then my first video subject of the day is about the current NHL playoff format in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The NHL adopted this playoff format this past year, and this is how it is. The NHL is divided into two conferences, the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, and the Eastern Conference has 16 teams, 8 teams in each of the divisions, the Atlantic and the Metropolitan. The Western Conference has 14 teams. They're divided into two divisions, Central and Pacific, and they only have 7 teams. And the playoff format is as follows. The top 3 teams in each of the 4 divisions, the Atlantic, the Metropolitan, the Central and Pacific, whoever have the best record are assured of a playoff spot. That's 12 playoff teams that are assured a playoff spot, and the winner of each division gets the number 1 seed in that division, and the second and third place teams of each division will play each other in a first round playoff series, which is assured that the second and third place team are assured to play each other in the first round of the playoffs. And then the one that gets a little more complicated is the top 4 teams and the number 1 seeds in each division, the division winners. And the division winners, the top division winner with the best overall record will face off against the wild card with the lower record, and that could be coming from either 2 of the divisions. And then the second seed with the division winner with the worst record plays the first wild card with the better record. And for example, say if the Boston Bruins win the Atlantic Division and they get the number 1 seed, then there's a possibility that they'll have to play the Metropolitan Division wild card, who has the second lower seed. Say for example, they'll have to play Washington, the Capitals, if they have the lower seed wild card. And then say for example the Pittsburgh Penguins, if they get the number 1 seed and they have the second best record, and they might have to play somebody from the Atlantic Division, like say Toronto Maple Leafs. And that's kind of confusing to so many people because the playoff format is best of 7, and there's a possibility if Toronto beats Pittsburgh in the wild card round, then they'll have to face off against the Metropolitan division playoff round. Say if it's Columbus and the New York Rangers, they'll have to play them in the second round. And same thing for the Bruins and Capitals. The winner of that series will have to play the division playoff winner from the second and third seed. Say if it's the Montreal Canadiens and the Detroit Red Wings. And it's kind of confusing to me because this wild card thing, it's tough. It's very confusing because why do they need wild cards for the final 2 seeds for the playoffs in each conference. Why can't they go to what I say is go to like a divisional playoff format, what they did years ago in the NHL back in the late 80s and through the early 90s, have like divisional round playoffs in the first round, but the second round they'll have like kind of a crossover series with the other division in the conference. Say like the Bruins play Toronto in the first round of the playoffs, and the winner of that series will play the, say, Columbus and New York Rangers. And then the Eastern Conference Final could be like Boston Bruins against Montreal Canadiens for a chance to go into the Stanley Cup Finals. That would be a great like way to do it, in my opinion. Have like first round playoffs, have it all divisional, like 1 through 4 each round, like 1 through the top 4 teams of each division make the playoffs and stuff like that. And then have like the first round be divisional, second round be a crossover to the other division in the conference, and the third and final round could be the same division in this playing for the right to go to the Stanley Cup Finals, or it could be the different conferences divisions playing for the conference championship and vice versa. That's what I would do, but like there would be many owners who will get mad because it could be a 5th place team that might have a better record than the 4th place team in one division, and that 5th place team cannot make the playoffs because they played in the wrong division. But you're always going to get problems with that. As there was a thing that happened for many years when the NHL had a different playoff format. The top 8 seeds of each conference made it. That was a pretty good playoff format, but I like the one better with the division rivals in the divisional playoffs. With they play in the division for the first round of the playoffs, and the second round would be the crossover for each of the divisions in each conference, which that would make more of an exciting hockey series for the second round. And this would also get the possibility of like rivals meeting for the chance to play the Stanley Cup Finals, like Bruins and Canadiens. People would love to see that, which team could have the right to play to go into Stanley Cup Finals, or Anaheim against Los Angeles, or Chicago and St. Louis. There's so many good rivalries in the NHL, and they need that for like the first round of the playoffs and possibly the conference finals for the chance for the Stanley Cup Finals. That would be amazing if the NHL would do that, would tweak that playoff format to have like divisional playoffs first round, a crossover series in the second round, and the third round potentially having 2 division rivals play for the Stanley Cup Finals if they advance. That would be a great idea for my thing for the Stanley Cup Finals. No, for my Stanley Cup playoffs, I mean. And I hope the NHL considers this, but they're going to do the wild card format for at least a couple of years until they get a better handling on it, and stuff like that. Or if they add 2 more teams to the Western Conference, which if they do for expansion, then you'll probably see that the wild card format, the wild card teams be scrapped, and it would probably go to straight divisional playoffs for the first round or so. And that's about it on that. I'll be back later, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Have a good day, everybody. Bye now.